What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Octagon Jordan. We are here to discuss the recent fight announcements by Dana White for UFC Saudi Arabia, February 1st, I'm sorry. And yeah, that's right. Yeah, cry now. All you fucking Alex Poatan Pereira cucks out there. Shed the tears. Stylebender's back. I don't want to hear it. Israel Adesanya is back on your bitch asses. Yeah, okay? We got Izzy versus Nasruddin Imavov. We got MVP against Shara Magomedov for UFC Saudi Arabia. This might be the best main event and co-main event in Fight Night history. Real shit. I know the Saudi Arabia, Riyadh season, Turkey Al-Sheikh. Obviously, they got the funds. You know, they're willing to pay the big bucks. So UFC is going to roll out the red carpet. And who better than Israel Adesanya? Stylebender. I know y'all hate on him. I know you don't like my picture back here. Your guy's idol, Poatan Pereira, stiff as a piece of plywood, stiff as a board, not moving. His kids are crying in the background. Y'all were sad about that. It's all good, though. The GOAT's back. Izzy's back. MVP's back. Shara Bullet's back. And I'm here to break it all down right now. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an amazing card. We got Shamil Gaziev on the card. Who else is on the card off the top of my head? There was another great fight. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, let's break down Israel Adesanya versus Nasruddin Imavov. This is going to be a great fight. Nasruddin Imavov has really showed me something his last couple fights. I wasn't really a believer in Imavov. You know, obviously he lost to Phil Rowe in his first UFC fight. Not a good look, losing to Phil Rowe, the knockout artist himself, and not in a good way. The guy gets knocked out consistently. Now he's out of the UFC off of 5 straight knockout losses. Nasruddin Imavov lost to that guy. Go back and watch it. UFC debut. Now, you know, it was a close fight, blah, blah, blah. It was his debut. He probably had jitters, probably had butterflies. But has a loss to Phil Rowe. Or Phil Halls. Phil Halls. I apologize. Phil Halls has a loss to Phil Halls. Fought Joaquin Buckley. I took Buckley in that fight. I'm going to be honest. I have not been a supporter of Nasruddin Imavov. Or a believer, I should say. I got nothing against the guy. Seems like a cool dude. Really relaxed, you know, typically cool at the weigh-ins, cool at the press conferences, not a dickhead, not a prick. Seems chill. Seems like he just works his ass off and does the right things and gets proper matchups. He's respectful. He's a good person, it seems like. I don't know the guy personally. But this is going to be a tough matchup for Nasruddin Imavov. Izzy still got some shit left in the tank, okay? Go back and watch his fight against Dricus du Plessis last whatever the fuck it was, September, August, in Sydney, in Perth, Australia. Israel is still right there with the best of the best. That went to the 4th round. Not many people can go the 4th round against Dricus. I don't think Dricus has ever been to a 4th round. He went 3 rounds with Brad Tavares. Other than that, every one of his UFC fights has been stoppages. Well, Sean Strickland. Okay, whatever. Defensive guru Sean Strickland. Jab and teep kick Sean Strickland. People talk shit on Izzy because he likes to leg kick and jab and stay defensive against Jared Cannonier and against Marvin Vettori. But those guys are wrestlers. Well, not Jared Cannonier, but Marvin Vettori. It's just he's playing the matchups. And Izzy's still got a lot left in the tank. This guy is a dog. He's a savage. He's hungry. He loves to fight. This is his first non-title fight since 2019. First non-title fight since 2019. He's getting up there in age. He's been there, done that. He doesn't have to do this shit. Tell Habib Nurmagomedov about this life. Tell him. Somebody call Habib up and tell him about this life. You defend your title time after time after time after time. You fight the next best contender every fucking time. Dricus doesn't want to fight you the first time. Sure, I'll take Sean Strickland. I don't give a fuck. And then I'll fight Dricus. I don't give a fuck. I'll fight Alex Poatan Pereira, even though he has 3 wins in the UFC. 2 times I'll fight his bitch ass. Whatever. I don't care. I'll fight Robert Whittaker again, a second time. Marvin Vettori again, a second time. I don't care. I'll go up and fight Jan Blachowicz. Sure, I'll lose a fight. You think I give a fuck? I'm going to keep fighting. Put some respect on Izzy's name. This is getting ridiculous. This guy is a legend of the UFC. He's a beast. He's a dog. He's going to go in the UFC Hall of Fame forever. His fight against Kelvin Gastelum was absolutely absurd. One of the best fights in UFC history. I got it in my top 5. I don't know how that bullshit's not in the fight wing. You got Cub Swanson, Doohoo Choi up in that bitch. Well, let's get Israel Adesanya, Kelvin Gastelum in there, please. Okay? No one starts Robert Whittaker via KO like Israel Adesanya did. Sure, Khamzat Chimaev got him out of there in the first round with the jaw crank and broke his teeth and all that bullshit. But no one KO'd Robert Whittaker quite like Israel Adesanya. No one's KO'd Alex Pereira in the UFC. Nobody. Nobody's even beat Alex Pereira in the UFC. Israel Adesanya turned him into a piece of fucking plywood. Stiff as a board. I can't move. You ain't doing no fucking cross, bro, when you're knocked out on the canvas. Yeah, how you like me now? What? Put some respect on Izzy's name. I'm tired of the horse shit. Nasruddin Imavov is a great opponent. He's tough. He's big. He can strike. He can grapple. He's got durability, okay? He's got a KO win over Jared Cannonier. Now, I know it was controversial, blah, blah, blah. But he just beat the surging Brendan Allen, who's a good grappler. A tough stylistic matchup for Imavov. Imavov got hurt in that fight. We all saw the picture. He got hit with the uppercut. He's looking back like, oh, oh. We all saw it. You guys all know what I'm talking about. Okay, so he can be hurt. We know he can be hurt. Joaquin Buckley had him on skates there in that second round. Now, he destroyed Joaquin Buckley in the first and third round, but there were some, touch-and-go moments there. The guy's not invincible. It's going to be a tough matchup for old Imavov, and I don't think this is a 5-round fight. So if his strategy is just to come in and, I'm going to grapple Adesanya. That's not, you're going to get tired. You're going to get tired. He has to be able to strike with Adesanya. That's what Dricus did. Dricus mixed in the grappling. I think second round he took down Adesanya. Adesanya got back up. They were striking back and forth. Adesanya was very aggressive, mixing in the elbows, mixing in the high kicks. Dricus doing his classic car crash dive-in strategy until he eventually, closed the distance, made it really physical, and had kind of a weird back transition where he kind of swooped in and went under Adesanya's, right hand and took his back and then immediately got the hooks in and got the rear naked choke. But that's the champion of the division. Dricus du Plessis, undefeated in the UFC. Nasruddin Imavov is not undefeated in the UFC. He's not. He's just not. It's a tough fight, though. It's a tough fight for Adesanya, and it's gonna really prove what he has left in the tank. Is there one more run left for Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya? And I believe the answer to that question is fuck yeah. I think he starches Nasruddin Imavov out cold. I think he absolutely starches him. Third or fourth round. I think Izzy comes into this in shape, motivated, knows what he's doing, knows that he's better than this guy. He's quicker than this guy. He's got better technique. He's got better cardio. He's been there, done that, more experience, faced better opponents. He's not scared of Nasruddin Imavov. Now, I will give Imavov this. He's young. He's strong. He's durable. He's got confidence right now. He TKO'd Jared Cannonier, the killer gorilla. He just beat Brendan Allen, who was on a 6-7 fight win streak. So Imavov is full of confidence. He's very big. He's got heavy hands. And anything can happen in MMA here. But I'm going with my boy, Israel Adesanya, to KO Nasruddin Imavov and get right back in the picture. Middleweight's getting hot. Middleweight's getting juicy. We got Joe Pyfer. We got Khamzat Chimaev. We got Dricus. We got Strickland. We got Izzy still floating around. We got Robert Whittaker floating around. We got Shara Bullet Magomedov. We got MVP up there now. I mean, it's getting fucking juicy up there at middleweight. So I'm looking forward to see what happens here and what happens with middleweight moving forward. I want the Khamzat Chimaev Dricus du Plessis matchup, and I want it bad. Make it happen. Now, let's talk about the co-main event. Michael Venom Page against Shara Bullet, MVP, moving up to middleweight after the last 10 years being at welterweight. I absolutely love this fight. This is a striker's delight. I mean, this is one of those fights where it just gets the imagination, the imaginatory juices fucking just firing off. Boo, this could happen. Boo, high kick. Oh shit, KO here, KO there, uppercut, bow, 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 da, 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 da. A kickboxing delight. I mean, who's taking who down in this matchup? Fucking nobody. That's the answer to that question. Fuck all, nobody. Hold on. I need a sip of some fucking Happy Dad. I'm a little parched over here. I'm amped up for UFC Saudi Arabia. Why do the Saudis get all the good shit? I know, oil money, whatever. But come on. I know, Los Angeles. When are they coming back to Philly? Wells Fargo Center is waiting. I was at the last event. Justin Gaethje, Edson Barboza. Sick KO for Justin Gaethje. Where you at? Philly, there's fight fans here in Philly. BKFC's coming back. Boots Ennis was just here in Wells Fargo Center. What's the issue? There's a commission. There's fans here that are willing to spend their money. What's the problem? I don't understand. Why aren't you coming back to Philly? Really don't get it. Salt Lake City. Oh, yeah. Oh, they fucking big fight people out there. No. Philadelphia. Come on back, bitch. Ooh, that's good. All right, yeah. This is an interesting matchup. There's a lot of factors here to consider. Obviously, we got MVP's age. He's used to fighting at 170. He's coming off a loss. Shara Magomedov, undefeated. Destroyed Mikhail Olashechik. Just destroyed Armin Petrosyan. And after his UFC debut against Bruno Silva, I had high hopes for Shara. I did. A lot of people were talking about, his takedown defense. He can't grapple. Bruno Silva took him down. He couldn't get up. He was throwing elbow strikes off his back. Holy shit. Such a hole in his game. I had faith in him after that fight. I thought, you know what? This guy impressed me. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next. But then he had that fight against Anton Tricoli. Yeah, he got the third round KO or TKO or whatever you want to call it. But Tricoli looked like a pedestrian, a guy off the street. He had no technique. He was flat-footed. He was square. He wasn't moving. He wasn't throwing anything. And it took him 3 rounds. And then he had, that fight with Mikhail Olashechik, went all 3 rounds, went to decision. Yeah, he won the fight, fair and square. I gave him the win. I thought he did enough to win the fight, but wasn't the most outstanding fight ever. Wasn't knocking my socks off. So when he was matched up against Armin Petrosyan, I was thinking, you know what? This Armin guy, he's pretty durable. This Armin guy, he can grapple. He's strong. He's durable. He's a good kickboxer. I was picking Armin Petrosyan in that fight. I'm not going to lie. I was fading Shara. And Shara blew me away yet again, just like his fight against Bruno Silva. Knocked my socks off. Double spinning back fist. Bah, da, boy, yeah! Eat shit, eat crow. That's what he said to old Octagon J. Eat shit, eat crow. Oh, Oc J. Not today. Your parlay ain't hitting and it ain't paying. And MVP, kind of the opposite. Well, actually kind of the same now that I think about it. Had the great performance against Kevin Holland. Had a lot of good performances in Bellator. Breaking people's kneecaps, breaking people's noses, destroying people, breaking people's skulls and throwing Pokemon balls at them. Destroyed Kevin Holland, spinning elbows, fucking jumping, karate punches. But then he has the fight against Ian Gary. He looked quicker on the feet against Ian Gary. He landed more punches than Ian Gary. But at the end of the day, it's MMA. Ian Gary had a better game plan. He was able to take MVP down. He was able to control MVP. He was able to get a couple submission attempts, especially in that 3rd round when he nearly had the rear naked choke. So you got to be a little more well-rounded, MVP. But again, Shara not going to do that. He's not going to take MVP's back. He's not going to get him in a potential rear naked choke. That's not going to happen. So what's this going to come down to? Is MVP's speed and technique going to translate up 15 pounds? Now remember, this isn't a 10-pound jump to 170 to 185. It's a 15-pound jump. Is his speed and techniques and surprise factor and power going to translate up 15 pounds? We've seen Shara Bullet at this weight. He's fast. He's got great techniques. He's got great kicks. His MVP at his age, 37, 38, going to be able to gain 15 pounds and really have that same speed. I'm rooting for MVP, but unfortunately, I do not believe that he's going to have the same speed. He's going to have the same technique at this weight class. Adding weight on that frame, he's got a lanky, kind of gangly, thin frame. Adding 15 pounds on there, I don't think is going to help him. I don't think it's going to add any power. I don't think it's going to add any explosiveness. I don't think he's been in the gym lifting like a John Jones going up to heavyweight, like a Hamzat going up to middleweight. He took this fight because he likes the stylistic matchup. He likes the striker versus striker matchup. This guy's undefeated. He's got a big name. He's got a lot of fanfare. He likes the matchup. It's not like he was in the gym plotting a 185 run up to the title against strikers. That's not what this is. So I'm taking Shara Bullet here, early prediction. I think he probably most likely KOs MVP, unfortunately. If it was at 170, it would be a different story. But I'm taking Shara Bullet here against MVP. But it's going to be an insane matchup. Can't wait to see the different techniques. I'm going to be on the edge of my seat. I can't fucking wait. I love it. I love the card. Go check out the full card. It's amazing. Adesanya's back. MVP, Shara Bullet. Man, let's go. Turkey Alice Chic, oil money. You guys are living good. Woo! Live stream coming. Half an hour. Tune in. Akjay. Parlay. Hitting.